Life is too short for fear.
I mean, you don't really need that many tanks in order to be effective. I'm really liking what LP Island is doing with their draft this time. I do kind of like the Silver Hand draft as well. They're filling in a lot of holes that they had before. Before they were all burst damage and only had really sustained damage on that Twisted Fate. But they have a lot more sustained damage with that Urgot, who can burst out people. Kali does a decent bit of sustained damage that Jax will be doing a lot. I have seen Gray on that Morgana, who will make Nautilus a lot less useful than, you know, it's a lot easier to play Morgana into that Nautilus than it would be as Senna. So I really do like the team comps on both sides of this game, and I think oh yeah, for sure. That being said, we are going to go to intermission really quick while we do get into game. Thank you very much, and good luck and have fun, both teams. Okay, welcome back. We are getting into game 2 between LP Island and between their opponents and Knights of the Silver Hand. LP Island is currently leading 1-0 in this best of 3. Let's see, will it be a series or will they be able to close it out after just the second game? It'll be a close one. I look forward to seeing both these teams.
As we wait on people to spawn in and continue to do what they do best.
We are loading into the rift. There we go. Oh, do you know if there is a way to make it so I don't have to do these settings each and every time I load in to the spectator tool?
No. I mean, we do have to remember, Riot is a small indie company.
Small indie company, I agree.
But at least it is a form of spectating and not having to grab another tool to record these matches, as so far neither side is going to go for a try for an invade again. So far it's just a calm before what will be a loss for someone. As the game chat takes an interesting turn, to say the least, for viewers. Because what else to do for a boring time where neither side is going to go into the others?
I mean, that's when you have a dance battle like these two are having. Like Durag Gaming, you know, up there with the dance battle, he's got the moves.
Yeah. But let's see how well people can make trades in their lanes. This is the best part. And clear their jungle the fastest. Sejuani's will undoubtedly be very slow with hers. No matter the help. But blue side will make it to their lane first before red, it seems. So far, no trading is really occurring, but very much pressuring the other. Mid lane trading a little bit in blue's favor. Red side getting a grab onto Morgana, but not hurting too badly this time as last game. Let's see if some of these confident skill-based picks work out. Sylas missing his E, but still getting the auto off. Jax kind of pressuring the Maokai out of lane.
What is Sylas E?
His dash and chain.
My bad. Yeah, I know. For some reason, I thought you said something else. My bad. I misheard.
Like we all know, Sylas drops some mad beats. All right. I mean, just listen to him drop those chains.
I guess you could say his beats are off the chain, huh?
He would probably punch us for making that joke, but good thing he's fictional. And for those for the people that cosplay out there, don't go searching for people that make that joke and punch them in the face. Be a better Sylas. Give him a hug.
With consent, that of course.
Consenting hugs.
Yes.
As we're gonna see a play happen soon, top lane, being really confident, but this does possibly get Maokai killed. But it does not, and Jax gets killed instead, with Maokai barely living from that encounter, giving it a mild lead in top.
As we blue Knights are respawning. Kali
a failed right flash into E. That's gonna prove to get her killed.
That's nice.
Giving the jungle win.
That red buff's gonna be really nice on that champion. That really evens up the gold in blue team's favor. Most definitely. And she'll be able to harass Silas with that red buff.
And especially far more, given that she does not use mana and Silas does, giving at least a nice early game advantage for the most part. While some trades happen here and there, mostly the mid lane is hurting each other. Benalis is going in for something, but he's rooted. It allows for an easy escape compared to last game's match, as Silas needs help in the middle lane, but jungle is encountering each other shortly. And the bottom side is somewhat wanting to go up, but they have to deal with their own issues first. As they get a pick on Morgana, but it doesn't do much other than give Senna more souls. And Aphelios a good E or Q with his gravity gun. While the top lane, Jax continues to take a lot of turret shots, we're noticing.
The junglers are still playing around on this bottom side of the map. Blue side is starting up this dragon. It'll be a nice, easy pickup for them. Red team is not going to be able to pick up and respond to this in time, at least with how quickly this dragon is dropping. Urgot does pick up that neutral objective fairly quickly, especially with all 4 members right there.
He didn't even have to smite it. It was that easy and confirmed. But the issue is right now, for the bottom side anyway, Morgana is running low on her supply, which could cause some issues. While in the top lane, trades somewhat happen in Jax's favor to a degree. While Aphelios continues being a pain for the ADC and support playing around the minions, but Nautilus this time missing his hook. As we could see.
To give this reach around middle lane? No. Looks like she's coming down bottom.
No. But we are seeing an ult happen top lane, and with Maokai being far more spell-based, does pressure Jax right out of there, and gets the kill on him.
Final Q. That matchup really isn't fun for Jax, because Maokai can just W whenever he's in Counter-Strike and just negates a lot of that, or just push Jax back. That's not a fun matchup for Jax. Jax really has to scale in the late game, and Maokai is just a bully when it comes to the early game, so he'll have a lot of pressure here. Silas is coming down. Will he be able to find the kill onto Anza, who's on 1 HP? He lands the chain, is able to pick up that kill. Picking up that
Morgana. Grabs Morgana's ult too.
If Morgana dive, they've got a nice wave. This is a dive right here.
Morgana does have no HP to counteract this. She just has her autos. It just depends on how much can she not get bullied and let the turret do her. But it's still a dive that works. It does mostly kill Silas, but he can't be punished for it right now. But can respond to this push right now with catching Senna out yet again, seeming to be a trending issue with her, as she is gonna most definitely die. And Nautilus probably dying as well, but having to flash.
Oh.
And just not enough damage for Urgot ult, who dies to turret. And Jax is seemingly going to get caught out in top lane in a very bad spot.
This is a dead Jax. This is really great timing from LP Island.
Really great, convenient timing. The question is, can Jax ult his extra?
No, Jax gets out. Jax gets out here. Yeah.
It could have been a very good and bad punish onto Jax if it did work out the way they wanted to. It does clear out his red ward, leaving theirs in its place.
Oh, that binding almost landing bottom lane for some harass onto Senna, but not really too much going on down there. Aphelios will hit a point in the game where he will be a factor. He's not as dominant in lane as he used to be. I feel he's a lot stronger in like the early to mid game than what he used to be, especially compared to that Senna. That Nautilus hook landing onto a minion, not really able to follow up much on that.
But I can say, playing Aphelios before, while a fight happens in the top side, that isn't the most entertaining to watch. Aphelios does have a very good late game when he gets to it, though. with some of the combinations of his weapons he can use, it can get quite crazy.
It's just not as strong as it used to be. However, Jax played that fight really well up top lane, in my opinion, but it just comes down to Maokai being able to sustain and, like, literally just avoid Counter-Strike whenever. Like, he doesn't really like Counter-Strike, he's more of an Overwatch player. As the fight happens in the mid lane, Sylas taking chunks, but, you know, he's Sylas. Oh, will Scout be able to pick up the kill onto that Maokai?
Seemingly, with the new and improved Titanic Hydra, who gets the ult kill right on him. There's no avoiding that.
There's no avoiding that. Once, you know, Urgot puts on that Scorpion cosplay, he's just like, get over here. He's going to walk straight into the Sejuani. However, with that tower being right around there, I think maybe he can just walk away. He chooses to fight.
His mistake is dashing into the Sejuani. Say, he could have dashed away to turret and still got the shield from it, saving himself. And Sejuani can't really dive onto that. While the fight does happen bottom lane, it is turning out quite interesting and in blue side's favor as it kills Nautilus. And
that nice cleanse. Nice cleanse from Senna.
It's a solid cleanse. While mid lane counterplays continue to happen to each other in their own regards. And that she does take and get the kill on Sylas in a confident move. That confidence is probably going to be short-lived.
She still got W. I think she still got Shroud. Oh, no, not yet. 7 seconds, but...
Oh, but everyone comes out round, proving to be a fight worth taking, with all the people coming in. Maokai jumping into the center of all of them.
Ooh, there we go. This is what I like to see. Dragon just spawned. They're able to clear up mid lane, rotate to that dragon. I really like how Knights is really proactive when it comes to these dragons. They really like getting to Soul Point. So these players are really coordinated. I like a lot of what they're doing. They've got some things that they still need to work on when it comes to synergy, but they play really well together as a team and are really great with prioritizing those neutral objectives. I really like to see when teams do that.
Indeed.
Because, like, last game, they were even behind for most of it, yet they still managed to get all but the very last dragon for themselves.
And now, with that last play, they've evened up the playing field. They've evened up the score. They've collected another dragon. Things are looking very much farther up for them this match.
I wouldn't say the score is even. They're up 10. They're up like 1k gold so far, give or take, which is actually really huge for them. Their team scales decently well, but still has that early game power. I think blue team is the Knights are definitely in the driver's seat this game.
It is indeed proving to be a far better matchup for the blue side than it was last time.
Akali can get out of this.
Akali does get caught out and tower dove directly, almost resulting in Sejuani dying to turret as a fight breaks out in the jungle. We soon get a lot of help, which will be very bad for blue.
This is not a fight that you want.
And with that, they get their own objective of Rifthild, which is very powerful right now, given the team that cannot currently just respond to it and get also a decent chunk of plating.
That's the second long-range Senna ult that I've seen. Really good job coordinating that with, LP Island. They're really good at, coordinating with that and making sure people are healed up or you're like sniped down with that ability. That's something that I really like to see from that team. However, Akali could have gotten out of that gank mid if Nautilus wouldn't have held his Q to wait for Akali to get out. That was an unfortunate situation to watch, and as an Akali player myself.
It is very unfortunate. Especially since she can't escape easily when she is able to. But proving she can take on Sylas even more times, almost killing him, but getting caught out by Sejuani just a tad while she has to deal with Rifthild. While top lane has its own fight in very much Maokai's favor still, but he is low on mana as well. Nautilus being in a bad position currently, especially with a Morgana and an Aphelios, and now an Urgot soon to arrive Nautilus in the
Urgot
worst
just let Ophelia.
position.
Oh, darn. Unlucky that Morgana got that, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, Morgana does still scale off gold. They are looking to tower dive this. They've got a wave. However, Senna sniffed onto it and is deciding to leave, which is definitely the right call. They are there to back up. Will they be able to take Urgot down? Urgot doesn't really have any backup. That is a kill going over to the red side. Now, as the rest of the team is forced to retreat, they are being chased down. Silas does have that Urgot ultimate on his ability, on his repertoire. This is definitely a close fight. Double kill going over to Aphelios as he manages to pick himself up some nice gold. A nice red buff. He's like, I see what you guys are trying to do, but, you know, I'm not going to let you do it. I want to win this game. I want to turn this into a series. As looks like the red team is still out for blood. Will they be able to get onto Aphelios? Akali is able to get the kill onto the Senna. She is going to be taken very low, but doesn't manage to get finished off. This is potentially dead Nautilus. Nope.
He'll choose to back out of that position. He very much knows how deadly Aphelios can be, even given the smallest inch. And as we know, you don't want to give anyone an inch, and they will take it a mile. And that is what Aphelios does quite well. And Akali, not knowing that, was included and getting caught out for it, but they do get a turret for that murder.
Ophelia should be... No, unlucky. Oh, that's a nice shield, keeping her alive.
A good counterplay shield. Now, if the question is, will Morgana choose to level up that shield at least second? Because as we know, her root is just far too valuable to not max first.
Looks like she's leveling it up second. The root.
But now we can take time and see just whose favor side it is in again. We can see Akali has been proven to be quite powerful, as well as Aphelios if given the chance. And they surprisingly haven't been able to take advantage of it that much.
There's another dragon spawned. Knights of the Silver Hand do want this. LP Island starts it up initially. However, Knights are digging their head in. They do land a hook onto Scout. 3 members onto that one champion. They do manage to take down that Urgot. Sejuani's ultimate just missing. Not having enough range to be able to find the hook onto that Akali. So they do take one. They do take the jungler down. However, do the Knights still want blood? It looks like the LP Island does have their full entire team here. They're like, we don't want to let you get these dragons. They managed to pull out.
There is very much a dragon in their favor. Personally, I would say this is not a dragon worth going after. They still have their jungler there with a smite, and she does indeed smite it. And it'll immediately break out into a fight over the wall. Sejuani flashing for that go-in, but getting punished for that play.
Red team overcommits after. I think they can get punished very heavily. Silas can just go. Okay. It looks like blue team will be able to pick this up. Okay.
The problem with their overcommitment is they're a very commitment-focused team.
No, Urgot was just able to respawn and come back. And Aphelios did get some nice flamethrower damage down. He bought the totally not a flamethrower from Elon Musk, and he was ready to go.
No, I think that's not from Elon Musk. Let's be honest, it's from Mr. Beast. He would totally be a person to buy a flamethrower and give it to someone.
Why not both? Why not Elon Musk and Mr.
Team
Beast?
Commitment,
yes.
Team effort.
Speaking
really of commitment, they are a team of like full commit champions, and 4 out of their entire team, out of the 5 of them, are very much jump in and get in your face. Which 2 of them really like that, especially. As well as Morgana also really liking that if she gets the chance to. And can take advantage
of it. It's just a prank, bro. Remember, it's just a prank, bro.
As we see it just a prank happen in the mid, But are they going to be punished for it by the Morgana coming in? That's the question. They're going straight for the Sylas, who jumps back, actually avoids it. Senna ult coming in to give them all shielding and an advantage for their commitment they love doing. Jax coming in far too late for that and almost getting ult stunned in response, and almost taking a Sylas. But he jumps back in with that commitment. Sylas ult using Zanya's, and it works out for him, it seems. He flashes out of there, and a feeler is now overcommits. He has to get out of there. That's going to be a team dive and a kill for the red.
You hate to see it. That was a really good, nice proactive play. However, they just wound up not getting all their numbers there in time, and red team are rewarded from that. Both of them are very close. They really do like playing as a group. And that's something that I like to see. These teams are committed to fighting each other and trying to gain any advantage that they can. However, that instance, red team, the LP Island, it did just get there a couple seconds earlier. Will they be able to find the kill onto that Sejuani? No, Sejuani just leaves.
But it seems like red side, with how much turrets they've taken compared to blue, are looking to probably end this game rather quickly in the next 10 minutes, like their last game has turned out to be. Maybe sooner if things go even more poorly for blue side. As blue side now pressures mid lane, at least for the meantime. But as the tournament continues on, do you think they'll formulate a game plan against LP Island in the future to deal with their commitment?
I think this is the weakest we'll see all these teams. I think they'll always just get better, always get improvement. Like, we don't know the real practice schedule of these teams. We don't know how much they play together. I know Knights just recently did pick up the Scout, trading that from the Wombologists all the way over to their team. So they're still probably getting used to playing with that new jungler on their squad as well. So...
A recent team change can certainly mix things up.
He plays with quite different champions as well. Like the other one played a lot more Xin Zhao's champions like that. This jungler has a lot more diverse champion pool, at least from what I've experienced from them personally.
But the question is it like a more better pool of champions as Morgana gets caught out and killed quite immediately, and then just choose to back out from that fight while TP happens in, and they take full advantage of that for an even larger in every way. I think we can agree, at least in the current standings, this is a very red side favored matchup right now.
As of right now, yeah. Knights were doing a really great job for the longest time. However, there were just a couple fights that went slightly sour and that just snowballed. Especially Season 11, these mythic and legendary items are really throwing things out of whack. Power spikes are a lot earlier, a lot stronger than they used to be. Jax is getting some towers up there. I like the commitment up there. They knew that the dragon was gone, so there's no point in like sending him down there. So the fact that he is staying up there, split pushing, getting that first top tier 1, and potentially even this top tier 2 if they aren't able to respond to him in time, I think it's just going to be damage on it. But the fact that he knew to do that is good. He should have left by now. He is getting collapsed on, but if he gets this tower, it's not the worst.
Easily clapped by their entire team for an easy kill on it. The question is, was that just too many people?
No, it wasn't. What objectives were really on the map? Red team doesn't have any minion waves to be able to push anything. If the objective is Baron, they'd be able to easily rotate. They do get another tower mid lane, but they're able to quickly respond and just collapse on this.
But I think we can agree with that, like, 5-man commitment. That did very much cause them to lose mid from middle turret, but it has to secure the blue team entirely, causing a further lead into the match.
The mid tier 1 doesn't really matter at that point. They can give it up. They've already got so much open on the blue side of the map that they can just take it, take any fight that comes from it, and get any objectives then afterwards.
So by this point, it is very, at least a 75% chance, I'd say,
I
red
don't think
side.
it's a 75% chance. I think it's at least higher than that. It doesn't mean that the Knights didn't play well. I think this game
Probably.
the game could have flipped the other way just as easily. However, this game, once it did get out of control for one side, there was no coming back. Either side that got it. I think both comps are really snowbally. Red side, the LP Island will just run you over with their more tanky, bruisery comp, while blue side would have just like 200 years you with Aphelios or like any of their other champions. But I don't think there's any coming
Each team
back
did
once one
have
team gets a substantial lead.
each team did have, as we know, similar picks in how they'd go. Like the Nautilus and the Senna, with their similar picks for each of the round matches. Nautilus very much worked out greatly in the first game. In the second, it's proven to be not as good of an asset to have, as most of the work has been done by the other parts of their team. While Senna has been quite interesting having the same problems happen in both games on different sides. It's almost like a curse for this tournament, one would say. While one gets immediately caught out by the Akali and almost gets killed for it, but turns it around but still dies. Blue team, the rest of blue team dying away, and this is going to be a match cleanup, most likely, as they have a wave wanting to push that in now. As they just go for the turret dive with how tanky their team comp is, they can afford it. Yeah. But this is going to be a very much at least 2 turrets of getting gotten down.
They've got minion waves on all 3 lanes. They've got one bot mid and one close enough top lane. This is probably game over right here. If
This
not,
is most likely GG,
like
especially if they get caught out like that and die instantly. That's very much going to be a soon enough game. But Akali has been proven to be very valuable the second
Core
game.
is really good on this
Different
Akali.
and
Oh, nice pick up from Scout.
you can see this is quite an interesting turnaround happening from the red side and blue side. But it's, I think, too little too late to have happened. But we'll see soon enough if that is bad or not. As another dragon in the next ocean is coming up to put one team in the dragon lead for, at least for the red side, a far bigger lead for Team Regen, while for the blue side, it's just some nice regen.
I think both teams benefit very heavily from this. Both teams really like using abilities. Both teams really like hitting things. Like I think both teams would benefit very heavily from more ocean dragons. However, tanks do have more time to regen, but both teams very benefit.
But in both sides, there hasn't been any real singular standout players, while Aphelios gets decimated by Silas, and he takes Urgot ult, which could be very good of a thing to grab. But we haven't seen any real standout star players to have a what was that faker moment for a team yet in a match, I'd say.
I don't fully understand, but
like the what was that, you know,
yeah,
Senna or something.
I understand what you're saying. I'm just confused as to. But I'd say Core is really good on this Akali. He's really smart on the champion. I think a lot of the fights that they've lost, it's just been, outstatted or anything else like that, or just the champion's hard to play from what they're playing into. But Core is really nice on that. We've seen a lot of really great plays from Anza on that Aphelios. We've seen a lot of great team play from LP Island and a lot of individual skill on the champions that they've picked up for themselves. So I'd say both teams do have their impact. Like we've seen some nice plays from this Urgot, and some really great, Morgana information as well. But like I don't think either team really played poorly. I think it just got out of control.
It very much just got out of control. Red side had gotten an inch, and they took it for the longest mile in the world. They went cross country with it as they continue to wipe out blue side one by one as they just enter in and funnel. Akali, unreally able to pick off anyone, has to just
Farm the KDA.
run
Farm
for
the
her life.
KDA. There we go.
And that'll end it. That'll make it a series, a
Nope,
2-0,
make it a series.
ending week 1 with all matches being a 2-0 victory for one side.
I love everyone. Everyone played great.
And let's see how week 2 happens when it does for its games and matchups. But until then, good
The
luck in
Akali
your
player
matches.
is nuts. I've personally played with them. They are really good on that champion. But there we go. We're going to end the day. It is 2 wins on both teams that played. 2 wins, 2 losses on both. Really, congratulations to every team that played. Regardless of the results, I hope that everyone did have fun that did play. Thank you very much for watching the stream, everyone. These games will be going up on YouTube, and the stream will be ending. Thank you very much for tuning in, everyone, and we look forward to bringing you more games next week.